Hey guys, this is Kakala Asanari, and today I'm gonna make a video about the monthly economic report of the March 2026 that was posted a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna give you my takes in short and what I think it is to take away from that data. And we're gonna dive right into it, and we're gonna talk about the market trash, in that it is a buyer's paradise at the moment, uh, or it was, according to the last month. I don't know if anything will change with the war that is going on. We'll have to track that down and see. But for the moment, the absolute biggest news for the regular capsule layer is that ship and module prices are down. Ships are down 22.7% compared to last year, and the modules are down 15.7%. And what does that mean? It means like the barrier to entry and PvP incursions or abyssal dead space is incredibly low right now. Your ISK goes much further. If you've been waiting to buy a shiny faction battleships or even Dreadnought, probably now is the time. And on the other hand, or conversely, if you are a T1 manufacturer, your profits are bleeding out likely. That is one of the takes that I've seen. There are more. I'm going to talk about the other that we see that we generally just build too much. It seems like that there's a massive oversupply, and that the ships are very cheap. So, and we kind of see that across the game. Production is vastly outpacing destruction. The Null-sec is producing over 3 trillion ISK worth of goods just the last day of the month. And destructions kind of struggle to keep on. You also have to be careful with that language that they're using. So that might indicate if things are not changing, we could expect changes in Null-sec, like I don't know, they could make the respawn rates of the ores in Null-sec just take a lot longer. But I'm not gonna make here today predictions of what the developers are gonna likely do if destruction doesn't catch up with the production. But you could expect changes based on the data if nothing will change, let's just say, for the next couple of months or month, in different areas. Maybe even mining, maybe, yeah. We'll see. Players are just simply, put it in short, not blowing enough ships to match the sheer industrial output of the Null-sec blocks. So, yeah, that's my second take on it. My third take on it is that Jira remains the king of trading. And yeah, obviously the most of the wealth, looking at the data, is we see monopolies, the Forge obviously, with over 580 trillion ISK in trade value, and yeah, nothing even come close. So yeah, domain is like in a second with 48 trillion. It's not even comparable. So yeah, GDI remains a monopoly. No surprise there. We also see that the bounty hunters, or how they report on it, use this term we see, but I mean, like, what I see, or how do I see it? More like, I guess I just like to say we a lot, so maybe I'll use that we, even if it doesn't mean that I'm part of the developer team or something. All right, let me finish this mission real quick. All right, actually I'll need to go back, right? Yeah. Yeah, also I have here a couple of notes in very short that I wrote, that you could probably also take. They're very useful to know. It's basically, ships are down, modules are down, production is outpacing destruction, and take advantage of the cheap ships. And here's some, data at broker fee and all that. Anyway, what was I talking? Oh yeah, the bounty hunters, right? So if you look, where the active PV rattling is happening is in. Should I pull out? No. Sure. It's the Val of Silent. Tank. Let's just show it on the map where that is. Right here. The fountain. I mean, you can look for the regions yourself and see where they are, but you can just get like an idea. Yeah, Veil of Silent, 8.2 trillion, Bounties, Fountain, 6.767 trillion, and Insmother, 5.2 trillion. And yeah, we see also the industrial giant Insmother is currently a mega hub for industry. And yeah, let me just get out of here. And pulling over 6 trillion in mine value, and churning out nearly 21 trillion in production value. Alright, just get out and pull up the notes again. Where's the notes? Like that. We also see, or my fourth take on it is that the mining and resource gathering is just depending on where what you fly, or your location kind of matters, because gas is from Wormholes is most JSpace is the undisputed king of gas harvesting. The volume pulled out of the Wormholes dwarfs high, low, or Null-sec combined. So yeah, if you're like, that's the only, let's just say if you're a miner, that's the only probably comparably profitable activity that you can do. It's gas huffing. That's the only activity that you can actually compete with other miners in the game and have some profit. But yeah, obviously you're in unknown space, but for the moment is definitely the only activity that you can do solo and make a lot of money. Yeah, the asteroid ore in Null-sec regions like Insmother, like I said, are completely dominating the standard ore extraction. Then we got a couple, obviously if you're a solo player or a small gang looking to make ISK from mining, you will not be able to compete with the null-sec ore miners, you know. So yeah, dive into the wormholes, get a venture or a prospect, have gas. Yeah, it's a highly demanded piler for the economy and requires very little setup, in my opinion. And there are definitely tutorials on how to do gas huffing, ninja huffing, or all the other ways you can, you know, just trick NPCs. So you don't have to even have to clear the NPCs. Sometimes you can just, you know, orbit the gas around to never take any damage, or, you know, there are tricks online. You can definitely learn that on how to do it. And my fifth take is that what I saw is that'll be my last take, that the bounty prices, and that'll be 57 trillion, and commodities like the blue loot 51 trillion are the ones that inject the most raw ISK into player wallets, and rattling and abyssal running remain the most reliable ways to print money. Yeah, where the most ISK is actually going through is through, at the moment, or where the ISK is removed is primarily through transaction fees or taxes, 30 trillion, and LP store purchases. So it's not destruction, actually, huh? Interesting. Anyway, so I guess, you know, I'll have to be a takeaway from this is that if you look at the services breakdown, there's like over 83% of the broker fee that are going to the NPCs, and that means that players are just losing billions of ISK by simply trading in Jira 4.4, and instead of using nearby player-owned market citadels. But players are, however, using player structures for industry and reprocessing, most 95% plus from the player share, to just avoid the NPC fee share, but not the broker fee. Interesting. So I guess that will there's more reason to do the Caldari Navy missions in Jira to avoid the broker fee. I have a tutorial I'll put it up next in this video, so you can watch on how to not pay any broker fee. But yeah, that would be, you know, the video. You take advantage of the cheap ships that are right now. Stop hoarding your ISK. Fit something dangerous and just go roaming. Yeah, and if you need if you need funds, go into Wormhole and get gas, or you know, just null-sec, do null-sec activities with your alliance. Anyway, take care. That'll be it for the video. 07 Kakala Asanari is out.